Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you very, very much for stopping in. New and returning viewers, I hope the new viewers will consider being a regular viewer, perhaps subscriber. Those that have subscribed and have supported me, it means everything to me. It is such a beautiful and simple but incredibly effective way to support me on this channel. And I will never not recognize that and acknowledge it. That's something that has to happen, you know, because without you, it doesn't happen. Welcome to my daily sun sign love connection readings, where if you're new, my format basically till this point could change, has been where I pick one featured sun sign. I will read for 2 sun signs that become then the highlighted sun sign, and 3 predominant category messages that come through with the tarot. I'm using the Gilded Tarot this month. I actually started with the cat and I kind of changed it up. And yeah, I do beginning of the month readings, mid-month readings, daily readings, and I end with a individual tarot message for every single zodiac sign in connection with the featured sun sign of Taurus today. So yeah, it gets a lot done, a lot covered. You know, if you want to fast forward, a lot of people do, so they get to the meat and that special message that may resonate instantly. It may not resonate at all, but give it some time too to possibly be a part of your life, you know, if not today, in the next few days, because it's not linear when it comes to spiritual messages. So let's start right away, shall we? We have the featured sign, like I said today, of Taurus, and Taurus is the earth element. Taurus is a very strong, capable, practical, grounded earth, you know, natural kind of reliable, appreciative sign. And I say appreciative because I feel like all earth signs, but definitely Taurus, just appreciate the natural things that life can provide for us, you know, the gardens, you know, planting amazing gardens. Taurus is a fixed sign, so that makes that element of sturdy, sort of strong and, you know, stubborn element and energy coming through. But it can be a beautiful thing when it's being directed towards the steadfast desire they have to love, to grow, to amass wealth and luxury and beautiful things. Now, in speaking of that, their ruling planet is Venus, and that's all of those things. Venus is the beautiful planet that provides everyone, but particularly when it's your ruler, or when it's in your sign, which happens throughout the year, you know, intermittently, every, I don't know, once a month or something, I believe it is. Right now, Venus happens to be in Libra, and it's going to be about a month. Yeah, I think it's about a month for each sign. There's 12 months, right? So we each get that time where we get to feel this beautiful, magical love connection with life, with everyone, and just things seem to go a little easier. They feel better. You feel better. You look better. It has to do with money, with the sensual things in life, with aesthetically beautiful things, but also things, like I said, internally that feel beautiful. Certainly your relationships and connections. And, you know, luxury is an important thing to Tauruses. They work really hard. That's what they're working towards. They have a goal in mind, and that steadfast, stubborn mentality of where I will reach my goal is exactly how they get there. And it doesn't mean they're doing it fast. They're okay with taking the time that's necessary. Many times when you're slow and methodical, you're actually going to be better than someone that's maybe fast and furious and then maybe has to redo things that they didn't, you know, check, or all the variables there. You know where I'm going. But so yeah, the senses are really important to the Taurus. They love the smells and the tastes and the, once again, the natural parts of life that the senses give to us. And that's physical, right? That's touch, feel, and that definitely incorporates the love relationships. Now, not just romantic, but certainly all different levels of love. And they're very, very passionate, demonstrative, and deeply affected by love. It means a great deal to them. And so the highlighted connection, forgive me, I'm going to read toss right in front of you, which I like to do. Now that says Pisces. Let me double check something really fast because I just finished Pisces and I want to know where. It was Pisces and Capricorn, so that's very interesting. I'm going to do it. That is the highlighted one for today because it has to be. Spirit always knows exactly what messages need to come through. I am merely the messenger. The tarot and the beautiful oracles that I will also read a couple of in the ending of this reading are absolutely meant and sent with love, with incredible wisdom, with this major devotion to uplift you and send you positivity. That's what this channel is about, and we all need that. We need it every day of our life. We certainly need it now. And so, yeah, Pisces and Taurus it is. So, you know, Taurus, once again, strong, determined, grounded, reliable, loving, loyal. Loyal is a huge word that comes with Taurus. Fixed, ruled by Venus. Then you have Pisces. Pisces is pretty much as much opposite as you can be. You have the water, which is the element that Pisces is. Water is about the fluidity and the ability to kind of move and form and you know, fit into places that a lot of other elements don't, right? It can just sort of easily work its way through, gradually, sometimes quickly. It's a mutable sign, so it shows so very much the fluidity of their nature. And to be able to adapt and to you know, accept things and change with a grace and an ease, you know, versus the earth, which is kind of stuck, and it's, you know, it can be hard, you know, like a hard surfaced earth, sturdy earth, and it is a little less fast when it comes to changes. It really doesn't care to change, or it's going to be slower in motion. There's a little more swiftness to the Piscean energies that's willing to change and grow and recognize the differences in life. Pisces is the 12th sign. Pisces is absolutely knowing. They have a little bit of each sign in them, as we all do, but they have this inherent and kind of wisdom that's within them. They have this soul and spirituality like none other sign. They have incredible ability to be creative and artistic, and they love to demonstrate that for others. They're very capable of changing and acting and being a facade in a way. You know, a mask is kind of worn. You don't really know what Pisces you're going to see from time to time. Beautiful for actors, right? Impressionists, mimics, and those sort of things. They would be excellent in that field and tend to lean in those ways. They don't like to be rushed. They don't like to have a set, you know, time frame, though they are excellent and can conform to that with the adaptability. It's not their first choice for a lot of Pisceans, unless they're in charge of their own company. You know, they're entrepreneurials many times, and then they have other people working from them or for them, and they have the just hand-picked, cherry-picked people that they feel comfortable with energetically, because energy is so big with water signs, and Pisces in particular. They are so empathetic, and they feel your feelings, they feel your wounds, they feel your hurts, and they take them on. And it's a lot sometimes. So they want to be around people that they feel comfortable with. Many Pisceans will be very reclusive at times in their life, just to kind of regenerate their bodies, their minds and souls. You know, like I said, they have the spiritual nature to them. They understand the transitions of life. They understand the currents as water would. They are very psychic and very in tune to their ability to sense trends that are coming, you know. Prophetic dreams come to mind a lot of times. They're very much in their mind and in outer worldly, you know, mystical things, esoteric things, astrology, numerology, all the things that are hidden but very, very present. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, kind-hearted, caring. Don't like to be in, you know, they don't like confrontation. They don't like to have arguments. They want love everywhere. They want to generate that and make that be a part of everybody's life if they had their way. They're ruled by Neptune, so there's that, once again, that almost escapism, kind of hidden, obscure, fantasy kind of dreamy aspect to them that you always kind of see in them. You know, it's kind of endearing, very sensitive and caring, and they will do anything for you. They will put you before themselves many times. This is beautiful for the combination of earth and water, and it works really well together for the opposition that it is. You know, and when you think about it, as I've said many times, if you take earth and it's hard and kind of stuck, you need water to soften it. You need water to plant and to see things grow, and it may take time, but those seeds are planted, and there's an undetermined and unlimited possibility of what can occur, right? And this relationship can grow and nurture, and it can be long-term, and it can be exciting and loving and passionate and all the things we all want in relationships. So those are some beautiful explanations about the personality, which is what the sun signs have, right? It's very much the personality trait. It's the sun. It's the first house in our astrology wheel. We all have one from the moment we're born. It's the sun illuminating us and giving us that strength and ego and desires and, you know, vitality and energy and all the beautiful things that can come when we have those in our lives and in our relationships. So let's read the 3 specific messages that are for the highlighted relationship of Taurus and Pisces. And I'll explain them as we go along. Just a couple more things as I shuffle, though. I've shuffled before, but it's always a good idea. There's a lot of interesting dynamics happening astrology-wise. The most important I want to mention is we are in Scorpio season. It is Scorpio birthday season until the 21st. Happy birthday, all Scorpios. That is a water sign. So there's a lot of synchronistic and I would say positive energies happening with the water signs, with Scorpio being the season of Scorpio. And that's about revealing of truth, revealing of our emotions, really coming forward, you know, if we haven't and we've been a little more introspective about it, allowing that to come through, feeling more positive in our lives in general, receiving gifts that we don't normally, because, you know, during our sun season, that is a very spiritual and beautiful time called the solar return. The sun returns to the exact position in your chart from the day you were born. It's a really important time to kind of reestablish and to transform from where we've been to where we want to go in this year ahead. Sometimes not at all, but sometimes really focusing very deeply on that comes to mind. So that might be happening for all water signs and in general for everybody. And it's, like I said, a revealing of the truth and a need to understand the parts that need to transform. The things that don't work in our life anymore are very much in focus right now. Then we have, thankfully we had Mercury go forward and station forward last week on the 3rd, election day. Wow, that was welcoming to myself. We have a shadow period still happening with it where it'll still be building back its momentum forward energy till the 19th. But the really good news is that Mars, that's been in retrograde Aries, you know, the fiery, passionate warriors, you know, just let's make things happen and we're going to do it no matter what it takes, you know, with fury and fiery energy. That's been in retrograde, so it's kind of seized up the energy a bit. It didn't take it away. It definitely slowed things down. We didn't have the momentum we wanted to move forward in our projects, in our relationships, perhaps. That's going forward on the 13th, which is Friday. So that's going to be noticeable for everybody, but certainly for the fire signs and definitely for, you know, everybody. Particularly if you have fire signs in your chart, which a lot of people do if you want to look it up for free. It's really worth your time because you're so much more than just your sun sign. And you keep learning and understanding more about yourself, you know, and why you are with other people, why you get attracted to other people, how they help you to evolve in your life. That to me is so fascinating, and I've studied it since I was 12. And I never learned enough. I can't learn enough, you know, but this is general, this is basic, and I love sharing this with you. So the first category is going to be the overall energy. That was like the catalyst for you coming to this reading. The second is the possible blessings or obstacles. And the third is going to be the category of finances, also basically all physical, tangible things you can see, feel, and touch, you know, to this moment. And always changing, right? As does our life in every moment. Like I said, then I'll finish with the individual messages for every single zodiac sign. But the first card is overall energies for the Piscean and the Taurus, and you have the Two of Wands. It's like you can see your future. You can see it together. There's two. There's a partnership. There are possibly two roads to go, two opportunities to come around. There's fire, there's ambition, there's motivation and movement. That's what the fire signs represent. As I mentioned, Mars is going forward, and yeah, it'll be slow moving, but momentum will be growing. And by, certainly mid-November, December, full tilt ahead. And then Mars will remain in Aries till around the 6th of January, 2021. Getting your ducks in a row and just hitting the ground running. This year has brought a lot of stall, a lot of pause, a lot of reflection, like never before, right? Not that people weren't working, a lot of people weren't, but a lot of people are. And I feel like the two of you might have been the ones working from home still and really actually learning things you never had, which is a beautiful thing. At first, it's challenging and it's difficult a lot of times, but then you feel rewarded from that. So there's definitely this desire to move forward with the passion that you can continue to bring to your lives, to your relationship, and seeing clearly the path that you want to go. And congratulations if you have more than one option. Many people like myself have more than one job or more interest, more artistic endeavor that they want to continue to pursue. I like that a lot. And it makes me feel like, also I want to mention the new moon in Scorpio is on the 14th, I believe. Well, that's just going to open up all sorts of doors. That's about intention. That's about starting something new, a new cycle. And with everything going forward now, including Neptune at the end of the month, and then an eclipse, the first eclipse of the series in Gemini on the 30th, I believe, of November. It's full tilt ahead, everybody. It's going to be beautiful, and it's needed, and it's refreshing, and it's new, and it's exciting. So that's the overall energy. The second is the possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the, is that the page? I think it's the 4, I'm sorry. I know better. It is the 4. The 4 of Pentacles. Whoa. Okay, so right away you can see, I mentioned earlier, Taurus is about saving and luxury, and they know all about wealth. That is the sign of wealth from hard work and diligence. And it shows that you have that. It shows that you're feeling secure. The 4 is the stable number, right? We're in a 4 year, believe it or not. And it will all reveal itself as to how that did transpire through everything that's been occurring. Not to mention that the heavy duty outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, very influential in our life, slower moving, but make huge changes in our life. Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all stationed forward now, right? All in earth signs, all in that grounded, non-necessarily changeable tradition, institutions, money, authority, how people and the institutions are having authority over our money. All of those variables come into mind. You're keeping it close to your chest. You're kind of being a little bit more conservative. Understandably, right? You're not sure exactly where things are going to turn in the stock market, in your own personal life, in your job. Like you're not 100% sure on what choice you want to make. All of that's going to be very clear to you, I think, by the new moon and afterwards. And certainly the eclipses, because they eclipse things in and out, and they make changes for up to 6 months to a year in our lives. But it's stable. It looks beautiful. There's growth. There's wealth. There's contentment. There's security and stability here. You just don't want to be frivolous, and there's no sense in being that. And both of you are very much cohesive about those thoughts. You do believe in that. You understand the meaning and the importance of managing your money. And that's what's showing here. Being careful where you invest it or where you lend it. And then you have the last category, like I said, is finances. It is your stability and the financial, the physical, tangible things we can touch, feel, and taste. Very much of a practical earth Taurean kind of energy. And you have the 5 of Wands. So there's fiery ambition. There's definitely changes. 5s always represent change. And change is the constant we know about in life. But there's also a little bit of conflict of interest, voicing your opinion that may not be exactly in connection or in necessarily harmony with others, but okay, because sometimes you have to be that person that speaks out and speaks your mind and speaks your truth in order for the change that you want to occur to happen. And that's about your money. That's important. That's important for all of us. And if you feel in any way that it's not being provided in an honest manner, you're going to be very forthright about it. You're going to speak your mind. You're going to be passionate about it. And you're going to make the movement to create a better situation financially. And I'm not saying it's not good, but I'm saying sometimes there has to be a little bit of conflict, or maybe, static, if you will, with others to get the point across and to make that movement happen. You cannot sit on your laurels. You can't expect it to come to you. You have to actually actively create that. But it will happen. And with other messages that I'm seeing here, it's very, very clear you're going to be very well off. Also, and this is a little hint into the future, which I like to do sometimes. I don't generally do it. Mars, which I said now, has been in Aries for, it'll be 6 months total. That's one of the longest stays it's ever been. But this year's been different in so many ways, including astrology, all for the right reasons, which we come to know in time. Mars will then go into Taurus. So Taurus, be prepared to be incredibly energetic after a year that may have lost that feeling for a certain amount of you. Maybe even just mentally you felt exhausted a lot of the times. We all have, for many reasons. And knowing that Mars in your sign, boy, it's going to show you vitality, energy to go, despair, just constant, motivation towards your goal, towards your security, and all the things I mentioned, which are so important for you. And that's going to be great. It's going to be great for everybody. It's the practical side of us. We all need to keep very much alive. It's great to daydream. I do it all the time. It's important. You want to feel your realizations and your inspirations. You want to see them come to life through your emotions and your relationships and contacts. But you got to really, make things happen and keep that fire burning inside and that drive burning to do so. And you're going to have a lot of help with that. So those are the 3 messages for the highlighted connection. I hope that you resonate. I truly do. But you're going to resonate with some of these connections, Taurus, so that's what's important. So let's see here, moving along. Now, if I didn't mention it, and I apologize, today is November 10th, 2020. So this is good, like I said, for today and certainly moving forward. Anytime you watch it is important and good. And if you have not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate you pushing that red button. A lot of people watch and they thumbs up, which is very, very appreciated and loved. It's a form of love in my mind. It's a connection we have with love. And it's right back at you, I promise. But they'll watch but they don't subscribe. And I don't want you to feel that it's going to create, extra spam or any kind of thing like that. None whatsoever. It's just helping my channel and helping me to continue with content for you. So that would be greatly, deeply appreciated. And so we're going to do the individual. So what I'm going to do is go from Pisces clockwise. So it goes from Taurus then to Aquarius. Now Aquarius is a very strong-willed and fixed sign like yourself, Taurus, only it's air. So we have air and earth. Very different, but very much able to work with each other and to learn and expand their lives in the way they see things, in the diversity that's out there in the world, right? And joining together and accepting and appreciating that. Opposites attract many times. We know this to be true. And by the way, we have so many planets going from Capricorn that I mentioned earlier, starting in December, just a month away. So there's going to be a lot of changes in the air as far as how we're feeling. And it's air, so it's about expression, way more interest in communicating, whether it be through technology, which I think will still be very much predominant, not only because of the pandemic and circumstances that we're in, but because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is all about technology and science and future thinking, unexpected surprises and ways to live our lives, There were predominant planets in Aquarius when the World Wide Web was announced and, initiated in 95, I believe it was. And nobody really knew, and they were just, okay. And now look what happened. So there's even more coming. Stay tuned. And and embrace that. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a help to us in society. It certainly helped during the pandemic. I have learned a little bit, not great, didn't get the help I was hoping for because of that and the fact that we had to be, kind of remote, and still do. But I definitely learned some things, and even the smallest of things will help in our lives sometimes. So this is a beautiful connection where I see it being very, very, well, the other thing about Aquarius is they love fairness and justice, and they love helping the world. They want everybody to be treated equally. They want the poor to be fed. They want the world to expand in beautiful ways, and they want to be instrumental in making that happen. You see them in groups as leaders and organizers, usually the administrative person in their office delegating and telling how things should be worked. And they're usually extremely good at that. So prepare yourself for knowing that's the personality you're going to get. It's kind of that leader, almost pushy, bossy, this is the way it should be, because they want to help. That's their deepest part. They do care about people a lot. They're fun. They can be so much fun. They love to be sociable. A little detached, though, because they're in their minds a lot, thinking about the next project, thinking about how they can, strategize and express themselves in just the right way. So your specific message and energy is the 3 of Wands. So you went from the 2 with your highlighted to the 3, and this is absolute prosperity and creativity just coming to the fore. You feel incredibly abundant and productive and prosperous. It is the fire, it is the wands once again. It was what you put forth that will now start to see it's fruits. It's the fruits of your labor, right? And it's gorgeous. And it's also showing not only growth and abundance in whatever it is, maybe the relationship. I mean, that's imperative, but it's support. It's from other people. Other avenues are coming through, divine guidance, whatever it is. It's there for you both. And it's fantastic. And it makes sense for what's happening this year. Such transformations in beautiful ways. I want to double check this real quick. Yeah, there's a dove, the peace and tranquility of fairness and equilibrium in life, a balance, achieving what you need to, but not in by any way affecting others in a negative way. It's only going to help everyone around you. I think that's the 3 and the idea of community perhaps, and others being involved. You're watching and seeing your ships coming in, I'll tell you that much. Then beautiful Capricorn and Taurus, excellent energy, both earth signs, both very, very determined. Capricorn is definitely your equal in that way. Capricorn is the goat versus the bull. They're actually a cardinal sign. They are initiators. They are doers. They want to see things happen. They are the initiator of the season of winter coming right up, when all things will move out of Capricorn, which, by the way, like I said, has been in Capricorn. So they've had a lot of Capricorns, not all, general reading, have had amazingly productive and opportunities this year with Jupiter in their sign. That only happens every 12 years. It comes into your sign. And what happens this year will affect 12 years and onward, not only with themselves, but all of their relationships, all their connections. It kind of just like magic dust to those that are around them. You want this connection, you want this friendship, you want this love, and you want to see it for years and years to come. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is also in Capricorn. So there's a lot of restricted kind of task-oriented, set, focused, not a lot of play necessarily, hard workers a lot of times, and they're fine with that. They actually love it because they see the results and they only want to go up. That's what their drive in life is, because of the combination of cardinal and earth. It's about leadership and authority and establishing great, wonderful things and accomplishments. So the 2 of you should be very, very well suited and content with each other. And you have the 2 of Pentacles. So there you go. A partnership, financial stability, money growing, ideas, just balancing, feeling really comfortable, feeling that yeah, that equilibrium between the two of you and both working super hard and just knowing you're reaching beautiful things with your stability and your foundation, your world, your life, your relationships, your family. The rainbow's right there showing you the world is your oyster. Just keep doing what you're doing and never give up. And neither of you do, by the way, not earth signs. This is a long-term beautiful connection. Then you have Sagittarius and Taurus. I love Sagittarius. They are fire, they are ambition, they are optimistic. They're a mutable sign, so they're very adaptable. They're adventurous, they're very, very knowledgeable and educated, and they like to share that education and their philosophies with the world. Higher learning is always what comes to mind. Foreign countries, people, adaptability, travel. They love to travel. They have to travel. It's in their blood. It's in their bones. They are the half man, half horse, so they love to move and to expand that energy, right, to everyone they touch. Freedom seeking, really, really fun and good people, genuinely good people. Bringing fire and enthusiasm to your life. And you have the, is that the King of Wands? Of course it is. That's what the Sagittarius is. It's fire, it's the king. It's the epitome of maturity and motivation and drive and accomplishment. Oh, they are very much accomplished. And they want to share that with you. They want to give you that knowledge. They want to work with you and to see you benefit and, become excellent and the best in your field. And any way they can do that for you, they will. That's excellent energy. I love it. And, it's the masculine energy. So there's real drive, more so than the queen. The queen is more heart, I would say, just the way it works. Feminine, masculine energies, which we all have inside of us. Each of us have a little of each. But that's really just the strong, no holds barred, let's make it get done heart. And then we have Taurus and Scorpio. That's your polar opposite. That is the one that you couldn't be more opposite of, but you absolutely have great magnetism towards. It pulls you in together because you love the difference. You learn from the difference. Now, Scorpio is a fixed sign like you are. So there's definitely going to be ideas that are really set. Black and white, basically, with Scorpio. Scorpio we're in Scorpio season. So right now, things are really beautiful for a lot of Scorpios. Things are feeling good. They're deep within themselves and their transformation is clear for this new year coming up. They know what they want to do. They know how to change things for the better for themselves and others, all they touch. They are water, they are fluid, and they are also capable of understanding and feeling. They go by feel. You are grounded and you do have sensitivity, and you have, the senses are very heightened with you, Taurus. But this other kind of feeling with the water is this prophetic knowing and understanding, just psychic, they get you. They understand your mind. They love focusing on that. They're fascinated with that. They're intense. They and feel their energy. They're determined like you are. That's a beautiful combination when you both strive for something and you want to put your heart and soul into it. Excellent with money, they don't want to be frivolous, but they will definitely amass wealth with you. Your message for the two of you is, 10 of Wands. So yeah, well, new cycle. 10 represents new, and that's exactly what's coming through, because not only are we in Scorpio season, but the new moon is in Scorpio in 2 days? 3 days? There's going to be a lot of transformation, and it's going to come from the inside out, and it's going to be beautiful. The kind of inventing comes to mind. Revealing of truth, once again, when it's Scorpio, it's deep down, and it's purging out things that don't matter. Pluto is the ruling planet. That is the biggest purger planet ever. And sometimes we get rid of friends and acquaintances that have not been good for us. And it's not easy at first, but it makes so much sense after. Acquiring new, important people. This relationship can be absolutely beautiful, and getting rid of burdens and too much work. I think the two of you may overdo it in that category, to be honest. Ending that cycle, relaxing a little more, recognizing you need time and balance to create. You can be soft and you can be quiet, and you can relax and rest and take vacations too. It's not going to kill you. But all that extra is pretty much stopping right now. because you've had a time to think about it this year, and you know that there's other ways to go about it. You can think and work smart, but not too hard, okay? And there's that new and basically full moon, so both of them are going to affect you greatly. Some major change that's going to be beautiful. It's a positive, channel, and that's how I see things. Make it that way, and it will be that way. That is for sure. And then you have Libra and Taurus. Now, both of you are ruled by Venus, and Venus happens to be in Libra right now. Libra is an air sign. Libra is all about communication and conversation and, working through, understanding, once again, other people's points of view, fairness, balance, structure, relationships are everything to Libras. Love, of course, but all sorts of relationship, friendships, they want to acquire them in life. They want to stay there. And they're going to get that with you, Taurus, because you're a permanent sign. You don't want to run. You want to work through things as well. You're fine with going through some tough times to get to the better side, And like I said, both being ruled by Venus, you love love, you love passion, you love the senses, you love beauty, you love art, you love creating, you love feeling and touching and intimacy, and it's gorgeous. Yeah, you're a fixed sign, and Libra's a cardinal sign. They're initiators and doers, and you're okay with that. And you'll get over the things that are, not exact with you. No relationship is. You just communicate it. You work through those things. And the two of you have the beautiful Nine of Pentacles. Wow. That's just this incredible wealth. And it's not only in finances, but it is. It's in your health. It's in your trust in each other. It's recognizing what you've worked for. Your independence has been a big part of that. You may be a wonderful couple, great friendship, great family connection. But a lot of this is because you made it happen. You have an independence about you that's non-mistakable, which is really accurate for both the Taurus and the Libra, even within a relationship. This is fantastic. This is well-deserved. And it just gets better. The next one is the 10. That's the only way you have to go. So the completion of maybe independence comes to mind now that my spirit has spoken to me. There might be some commitments being made. And that's a beautiful thing, right? Especially with Venus in the picture, that's very, very possible. Marriage could very well be on the agenda. And I'm excited for you if that's the case. Let me know, please. That's the other thing about subscribing. You can comment, and I will always answer a comment, as long as they're nice. Please be nice. Haven't really had any issues with that, but it's important, right? If you're not really interested in the channel, please don't watch. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Then we have beautiful Virgo and Taurus. Excellent combination. Both earth, both hardworking. Now, you're the fixed sign, but Virgo's immutable, so they're very adaptable. And though they don't revel in changes, it's not something they aspire to necessarily. They're going to do it, and they're going to do it with ease and grace. They are incredibly intelligent. They are known as the intelligent sign. They work so hard, and they want to study and learn and grow, and they're really pretty hard on themselves. People may not know that, but internally, they have this calm demeanor, and they're kind of reserved, right? That's what earth signs represent. You feel comfortable with them. You feel like you can speak to them. And when you're having, a frenzy around you, they bring on this beautiful calming energy, which everybody is attracted to. So you both exude that, and you have that. But I feel like there's this part of, Virgos where there's this perfectionism, and they want to just continue to improve. And I think the Taurus effect and connection can really kind of just say, I love you as you are. You always have been enough. You're beautiful to me. And that feels great, right? Even saying that kind of makes me choke up a little bit. That's what we want in relationships, Yeah, we have to learn things. We have to grow. We have to, take some of the hard knocks. But that support is really going to be there with you too. And Virgo is actually ruled by Mercury. So there was some chaotic aspects being ruled by Mercury when Mercury goes into retrograde, because it's the planet of communication and travel and commerce and all the things that kind of make you thrive, Virgo. And when that's in retrograde, or it's more introspection, so you've thought a lot about relationships, you've thought a lot about what you want to improve on yourself, right? And now with everything moving forward, it's easier. It just feels better. Your specific, yeah, okay. Well, your specific message is the beautiful Major Arcana, the Hierophant. This is just being so incredibly highly gifted in your higher power. This is one of the higher intuitive cards. You know, there's the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant often represents, you know, higher learning and religious and other fields and institutions and marriage. High Priest, to marry, you know, to commit. Kind of that ritual, it's kind of rite of passage comes to mind. You're in this, you know, it's a long-term commitment you're willing to do, whether it be through marriage or whatever it is, even as a soul contract you have, maybe many lives together. It's really strong and beautiful, but it feels right. And an engagement might very well be in the offing. I'm just saying. You heard it here. And I hope that's the case. And 5 is change. 5 is transformation. And maybe a life-altering opportunity for the two of you. And then you have Leo and Taurus, and they're very, very different. And I see this combination together so often. So powerful, you know, the earthly, grounded, stable conviction there, right? And then the Leo and the sun-ruled, you know, ego and domineering, kind of confident, you know, very proud, very dignified. King of their castle, as I always say, you know, the lead in their play of life, because they're very good at acting and, you know, and being the player, the main player in their stage of life. You know, life is a stage, right? And every player in their life is part of their kingdom and their castle and their story, their play. And they will nurture you, and they will love you, and they will be passionate, and they will be steadfast in their ideas, because they're a fixed sign as well. Sometimes a little stubborn at things, and you know, you understand that very well, Taurus. As long as you can have a meeting of the minds, the heart rules all of that, and it really can just melt all those having to be right feelings and egoic aspects of all of us. In some respects, it can just melt that away. And when you're on the same path and you want the same things, there's nothing that's going to stop you. And what else can I say? Yeah, just generous to a fault sometimes, extremely heart-centered, and that's really appealing to you, Taurus. And yeah, fire and earth. The world is your oyster, basically. Your message, though, is the Queen of Swords. So, wow. Determination, strength, serious, passionate needing to communicate. Straightforward, justice, fair, important, you know, no holds barred, just this is where it's at. Capable energy with the two of you. And I feel like the swords are definitely institutions like law. There might be a lawsuit and you're knowing the answer and it's about time, and you're very, very strong in wanting to pursue it and continue with it, because it will be a positive. Generally, a lot of times this is depicted of, you know, the sign of Libra. It could also be the other two fellow air signs of Gemini and Aquarius. Beautiful, beautiful communication that's been, you know, held up. Something wasn't right? Something wasn't quite being truthful, wasn't clear. Well, the Scorpio season and the deep digging for the truth that's coming out, like it or not, is also very apparent in this message. I know you're going to love what you hear. I know it's important that you both communicate. You need to be heard. I know Leos do, and this is gorgeous, okay? So it's going to be a positive, straightforward line of communication that'll really help your relationship and connection. Then we have Taurus and Cancer, and I love earth and water. And Cancer is a very sensitive and I would say sentimental sign. You know, they have deep feelings and emotions, and they care so much about their family and their loved ones and those they consider their family, and they want to hold them tight and they want to pinch them and never let go, you know. They're the ones that have these albums of pictures of people that they've shared times with, and their memory is crazy. They remember everything. And that's kind of the stubborn, long-term, permanent kind of energy that comes with Taurus, you know. Cancers need to be trusting. They need to know that they can trust those that are around them. And if they sense anything is off, they're going to retrieve in that shell and you may never see them again, okay? And they know they have a very prophetic side to them too. That water is very receptive. They're ruled by the moon. They understand things that most people don't. They feel it. They understand energy better than others. They empathize, sympathize. And it's going to be a loving, beautiful, beautiful connection. You know, that they just have to have that understanding, and they have to understand that sometimes, and it's not often, you know, everyone has a temper, and certainly Tauruses have a temper, but it takes them a long time to blow up. And when they do, you don't want to be around. Just get plenty of warning, can maybe, especially if you know them. But, you know, that's not going to happen as long as there's this beautiful, loving connection between the two of you that I feel is very strong. There was a card that almost wanted to come out, but what you have is the King of Swords. Wow, there was the Queen with the Leo, and now you've got the King. So this is the most straightforward. I mean, the Queen is more maternal. It's the heart, right? This is straightforward. I am so incredibly capable of delivering exactly what you need to hear with the most love and the most joy and the most honesty and justice that I can possibly summon. And it's really important because, like I said, you need to feel secure and protected and provided for, Cancer, and that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be truthful conversations that have gone on, you know, are happening with you. And you welcome that. You know, the confusion has been overwhelming this year. You're going to find out some information. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to affect the two of you. And I see it being a wonderful thing, a positive thing, because there's such strength in the maturity and the masculinity of that. King of Swords, boy. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius as well might have something to do with the legality aspect of it again as well. That usually is what Libras represent as far as careers a lot of times. It's law, it's, you know, it's truth, it's justice. Even doctors, you know, listening to what they have to say because they're going to help you. If there's any question about your health, see to it. I'm not saying I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that they want to bring you news that's going to be so important for you to feel better and feel your best. Gemini and Taurus right next to you. I know so many Gemini and Taurus connections. There you go. You have the earth and the air. Gemini is all about the mind. Not only are they an air sign where they need to think and they love to, you know, communicate. Oh my gosh, they love to talk. Spreading the word. Great teachers, great professors, great, you know, educators, great podcasters, great, you know, YouTubers. They love to communicate and they're fun to listen to and they're very versatile and they're the witty personality that's quick and, you know, it's hard to keep up with them sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Mutable sign, changeable, adaptable, here, there, everywhere, want to know a little bit about everything and they'll share that with you. They're, like I said, I have met so many Geminis and they know pretty much a little bit about everything. Much to be learned. And also ruled by Mercury. So, you know, once again, Mercury being in retrograde and as it was, and still going forward, there was some possible miscommunications going on, like with everybody. It's not just this combination of Taurus and Gemini, but that's already going forward and things are becoming clear. Your messages, wow, the King of Wands, or Queen, excuse me, Queen of Wands. So, wow, fire, passion, love, absolute love, devotion, caring, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energies. Like I said, forward motion with Aries as of Friday. I mean, heart, soul, you know, no fooling around and definitely more of the feminine maternal side when it comes to the Queen. And you can be a male or female. We all have, like I said, either of those dualities in us at all times. But yeah, straightforward love, passion with you two. Fiery, you know, intimacy, fun, movement, vacationing perhaps, I hope. Then you have Aries and Taurus. Well, Aries is really, it's going to be your match, boy, I'll tell you, on a whole different spectrum. You've got the very, very vibrant leadership quality of an Aries. There's none like it. They're the first sign. There is some like it, not quite though. They're the ram, and they just go straight forward. I mean, this is what I want, and I will receive this. I will make this happen. They are the cardinal signs, and that's all about that. It's all about action and initiative. They start the season of spring. They initiate that. It's all about this confidence they exude and their will to make things happen and to shake things up, and the fiery passion that goes along with that. That's very attractive to you. And the two of you being very much about that in different ways and shown in different aspects of the way you emanate that to the world, to your connection, is vital. You both learn so much. And well, Aries is ruled by Mars, and like I said, it's been in retrograde, and there's been a wanting of the energy, and a determination has just been brewing. So look out. If you two have something in mind, anything you've been incorporating or thinking about or talking about, it's happening. Just give it a little more time, because everything goes forward with Aries, and it is about relationships many times. So you're going to work it out one way or another, and I love that. And you have the hangmans, because exactly up until this point, you kind of realized, I could attempt to fast forward my life, but I've done that a few times this year, and the retrograde has just kicked my what. So it's really about relaxing and taking some time to love each other and enjoy each other. You just have a little bit more time. There's still confusion in a lot of things in life. We don't have all the answers. It's going to take time, but you're not going to give up. You're seeing a different perspective. You're feeling different. You're feeling like, yeah, I haven't been able to move forward, but guess what? I can still have a good time. I can see life any way I choose. I can be in a relationship and adore every aspect of it for what it is at this moment. That's coming through so strongly. And this represents Pisces. And Pisces, Neptune has been in Pisces. That's going forward at the end of the month, as I mentioned. So I feel like a lot of people are feeling that too, because that's important. That's our illusions. That's clearing things up and not having such a cloudy, foggy way of seeing things, and what's true, what isn't true, the division, the uncertainty, all of that's going to clear up. But for now, for just a little while longer, take it easy. Love, it's a peaceful. I know it's hanging upside down, but it's actually this beautiful, intuitive kind of feeling of, yeah, this is right. This is what needs to be. And that's in regard to your relationship too. Absolutely beautiful messages. I truly hope that you resonate and understand those, and you already are feeling that. That would be my best desire for you. And I'm going to read your specific beautiful oracle guidance messages for all of the amazing, beautiful Tauruses in the world. And just know that you're absolutely loved, and anytime you want to ask for help, just ask, and it will come in some form. Maybe not always as you believe it to, but do know with that new moon, you want to write down your intentions and just see what happens. It can amaze you at times. It is a miracle. Life is filled with miracles. So for all the Tauruses and all your beautiful connections of all different forms of love, your specific message is release. Whew. I love that feeling when you release. You don't have to know everything. You just need to let it go. It's the hangman. It's just like, I know I'm being watched. And this is a beautiful analogy that was said by the beautiful late Dr. Wayne Dyer, whom I loved and listened to for years. I was able to see, thank God, in my life before he passed. He said, during the time that we're in our mother's stomach, we're not doing anything. It's all happening. It's all perfect divine co-creation at play in the most beautiful form, right? And then we're born and we start this beautiful journey. And those are the messages and the guidance that the tarot, originated from, the journey from the moment we're born. And just knowing that it's all still that way. We do have to initiate things or feelings and thoughts as we grow and we enter and we change and we transform in this life, but so much of it is just happening regardless. Just release that. Give yourself a break, you hardworking Tauruses. And it is number 13, which is interesting because that's when some things move forward, like I said, on the 13th, and then the new moon right next to it. In some places, maybe the new moon is on the 13th, like in Europe or perhaps. But anyway, I'm using the Psychic Tarot for the heart is what this is. And I'm going to read to you the message specifically for 13. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful illustration though. This is John Holland. I love it so much. It's a gift, and I'm going to relish it and cherish it forever. Because I'm not going, well, I am eventually going to go pass on, no doubt. But I'm going to stick doing these readings, so I hope you'll be here with me. I look so forward to that. Every day. Keywords: discard, shed, end, transformation, freedom, and empowerment. Pretty much everything the connection messages have had to say. An opportunity for renewal around affairs of the heart is available at this time. And it's quite possible that this renewal will happen through release. It's in letting go that you discover what remains, what is truly yours. Sometimes in relationships you may feel the need to hold on tightly to those you love. And, you know, you may feel the need to hold on. And whether or not the love is returned, okay? So that's an important thing to recognize. And it's not the most comfortable feeling, but is that occurring in your relationships? This can lead to tension and unhappiness for all involved. Even in the good relationships, holding on too tightly doesn't allow the relationship to breathe, grow, and mature. Words to live by. Just a couple more little aspects. The affirmation: I let go of expectations and open myself to relationships that flow and grow. And the traditional tarot archetype for this message is death, which is the transformation that we all do continuously in life from the moment we're born, that we've been shown hugely this year and will continue to see, because that's what it means to grow, and that's how we do grow in life. And so, yeah, death and rebirth, right? Not figuratively, I hope, but you know. Then I'm going to finish with your beautiful super attractor manifestation message, mantra, affirmation, on this beautiful November 10th, 2020 day. And I'm going to do this a little earlier. I leave shortly to do some work, which is a total blessing, and I'm extremely grateful for. And your beautiful message is literally beautiful. Oh my God, the third eye color right here, your third eye, your intuition is so strong. You can see things, you can feel them. The stars are around you. Just wish upon a star. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't yet see the result. Releasing the hangman, just allowing, right? That's perfect. Very synchronistic. Beautiful, beautiful message for you. Something to think and maybe repeat several times in your mind during your meditations, if you choose to do that. And meditations or walking or yoga or being in nature, and you know you love that, Taurus. Such a healing part of life is to be in nature. Love that. Love and appreciate you being here, always. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear it. And take extremely good care of yourself. You know, we're about, what, just under 2 weeks before, or a little over 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Wow. So anyway, much love to you. Thank you again. Until next time, bye for now.